showing. So this should be a really interesting one. Bind is certainly an area that FaZe really like to play. And the assumption here is that this is going to be NRG's pick, dependent on the seed. Actually, no, NRG should be the top one. It depends on how they want to run the bracket, whether it's the seed in the tournament or from the brackets themselves. But in any case, both of these teams have a good showing. You're right. But over the past couple of days that we've seen FaZe Clan play on it, if they could just build that momentum yet again, it really does seem to sort of squander any opportunities like they did previously on Bind. And well, look how that ended up for NRG.
Yeah, absolutely. And these lineups that you're currently seeing here on the screen are the expected and what has been traditionally been played for both of our squads. The big difference maker, not just the fact that it's a preference of Sentinel between the Killjoy and the Cypher, but also the fact that there will be no Reyna for NRG. They prefer to keep KOLER on the Phoenix. And I'll say this much. When we had a chance to watch KOLER and the Phoenix before, offensively, a lot of the success that NRG find really does come down to what comes off the run it back. But defensively, KOLER has been really just using the run it back as a way to find early information off the rip. He tries to look for early kills mid-map, and if he finds nothing, then it's just essentially an ultimate that goes to the wayside without finding much implication for the rest of the round. So we'll see if that kind of still comes through. It comes with a mixed bag of a little bit of risk, but obviously a mixed bag of results for rewards as well. So it'll be interesting, as NRG will, of course, be starting off here defensively for us.
FaZe, when they attack first, aren't the ones that typically sort of build up that buffer. It varies. We can have a quick look over previous performances on Haven. They had an 11-1 defending half against Grapefruit earlier on today, but against Take Flight, they were 8-4 up. But it's more the Moon Raccoons game, actually, looking back at it. They were 2-10 on the attack.
Yeah.
For NRG, defending half tends to be the one that wins out the most. The only game that they lost was against Saw, and they even finished their defense 7-5 up. So, looking off previous results, NRG should be the ones with the advantage here. But really, when these teams start to falter and lose a few rounds in a row, you can really throw out the stats at that point. It all seems to just go the way of the person that's doing the damage.
We'll see who can hit first. It's going to be FaZe Clan getting aggressive over through A. The Spike is not fully committing for this, so NRG, who have to respond, will start to make a rotation over. But while they've done that, Marved actually cut things off mid-map. daps in the cyber cage. Right-click, not going to find the head. Corey and BABYBAY combining for kills, and the only one with an elimination for NRG is effys, but he's down to a single bullet, and Zach will punish, and FaZe Clan take an absolutely lightning pistol round.
I guess a key thing to note for FaZe Clan there, they were aggressively pushing on A, but I like the fact that the Spike was actually more heading towards Garage at that point. We saw the battle going on from there with the peek and the kill from FaZe. So they're not really showing up too much what their defaults are, and even then, FaZe Clan typically are a team that like to push 4 people to C, for example. The one person going towards A is the Spike. It often works out, but you can understand what will happen if it doesn't. NRG not really going to buy up much at all. Som is going to try and feed up for a Blade Storm, but he's still a long way off. KOLER tries to take the fight with the Chef. ZachaREEE gets a kill, and it's a very quick B execute coming through.
This is such a different look for FaZe Clan. We talked about the last time we watched FaZe Clan at Haven that the rounds felt like they were just going by so quickly. We're starting to see that again, and it's going to force NRG to adapt quickly. Marved, Corey combining for 3 kills, all of them headshots. Last one left is daps. Nothing for them, and these first 2 rounds have been over in the better part of 30 seconds each.
It's a speed run for FaZe Clan, who have just wanted to get these games over and done with. A great way to finish. Just quick 2-0 into the close qualifiers. Work on who they're going to be playing next week. A full week. There's all the scrim for those results, mind you. NRG have, got like 2 rounds in the last 14 at this point or something? They've really struggled to pull it together after the 4 rounds that they won on their attacking half, 4-0 up on Bind. The buy should be good from them now. They're actually going to face a lot of aggression on C, mostly from BABYBAY, who wins that engagement against effys with the Stinger. And this execute coming up against Corey, getting him more. Ooh, NRG. It's a tough one, this.
I mean, BABYBAY doesn't even need to find kills right here. He can just stay alive, but you can see the plain disrespect. FaZe Clan saying, we're the better squad, we'll just go in. Corey, unfortunately, denies the rest of the dismiss channel, as eeiu will find one more kill, but You mentioned Marv coming from the back. It's going to be red, but the shots just are not there whatsoever. FaZe Clan up 3-0 early. That's going to lead to some weapon pickups. Unreal. This has been a slaughter. Absolute slaughter.
The confidence is just oozing from FaZe at this point. And just most importantly, not only from this series, but from the Grapefruit one as well, they are hitting their shots. Okay, there's a couple of times where they have whiffed it and it looks really awkward, but in this series, at least, they haven't really run into too many opportunities, but you look at some, effys especially, has whiffed a few shots at least. NRG need to find something from somewhere. They are going to be in a pistol round at this point. Marved is going to be holding that W button, is going to peek into two people, but KOLER gets that headshot. That's a good start. They have the man up and the Empress is out for Corey.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the call for the Empress this soon. I mean, granted, the fact that he's earned it in 3 rounds is incredible. He will find 1 kill, but isn't able to dismiss it. So Sam is there for the trade. And this is still a very doable 3v3. And I don't know, maybe there's something to be considered about the fact that FaZe Clan maybe not playing as cleanly as they should be. It gives an opportunity for NRG to steal away around that's got no business winning. So now as the Aldrin comes through defensively for the retake, Sam's going to try to follow up behind it. Deals with a sentry turret, but Zach is able to find 1 more kill. And with that, it's now a 3v2. Zach still locking down the same angle. BABYBAY on the rotation back around is actually looking for a knife for a moment. Is not going to be able to find it, and they have officially shrugged back eeiu, who will only take 1 more kill before he drops, and FaZe Clan will take the 4th round.
Even upgrading some of the pistols that they had. Killjoy Ultimate Lockdown is going to be available on the attack. You mentioned the run it backs that have come out of KOLER, so you would expect something to maybe come out very quickly. And triple stack from NRG coming down towards A, maybe trying to work out where they want to place an ultimate this early if that is the plan. Pushing it down mid would be an interesting one, but FaZe Clan aren't the kind of team to over-dedicate too early on what they're wanting to do. They're going to be aware of it, and even then we get a tactical timeout now, a very early one in this game, but to be honest, might be a good idea from NRG at this point. A lot of aggression coming out of FaZe Clan, and really, how do you deal with it? Some needs to get off the board with that operator for one. And I just don't want to see KOLER use this ultimate immediately.
Agreed.
Considering he's
Agreed.
in garage, he might do so if he can get a kill, sure. But it's not like FaZe aren't the kind of team that can't just immediately and mentally reset at a point and then go again. They've actually had a nice change of pace, and NRG are trying to sort of work it out. I'm curious what they're typing in chat at this point, but we're going to have to sort of pretend that we know what they're saying.
Yeah, I'm of the same personal opinion that the times that we've seen KOLER pop this running back aggressively on defense, this hasn't come with many kills. This time it's actually a little bit more stalled, but he actually flashes himself, comes away with nothing. He's got some good help. Dismiss from Corey will allow him a chance to see what exactly is inside C Garage. And now all of a sudden, FaZe Clan, they're looking like, hey, we can isolate these players, and the spam shots through the wall are great, but KOLER still needs to be dealt with, and he'll take care of 2. BABYBAY will finally punish, but that was, I won't even say a full punish because NRG come away the victors of the trades. Now 3v2 to rip the round. Sam, beautiful shot, and everything will be left down just the one. It's BABYBAY versus the world.
He's happy to make a lot of noise. Might not be expecting effys, but the teleport noise, the shrouded step is going to be heard, and he knows exactly where they're going to be positioned. effys doesn't know that he's around this corner, but he still wins the fight. Much better. Nice crisp headshot. NRG can at least stop FaZe Clan from building up too much momentum. That tactical timeout seemed to work dividends. And KOLER just standing his ground in his position. It was awkward, but shows his composure and takes 2.
Yeah, there's still a lot of attention being thrown for FaZe Clan trying to isolate this final kill, but unfortunately it's all done a bit too individualistically, isn't it? The Lear wasn't even in that great of a spot, and finally BABYBAY will capitalize, but it's a 3-for-1, 2-for-1 trade at the end of it that you're okay with, I think, if you're NRG every day of the week. So now you're going to go into a full gun round here. Hunter's Fury for eeiu early. Will find first blood. That's Corey down. And he actually, I think, connects onto another player at deep range. Yeah, that's going to be BABYBAY, who's also tagged by that.
Some of the operator is in short. He's going to be meeting BABYBAY in a short second. He might not be expecting the high ground. He isn't. BABYBAY reads him like a book. ZachaREEE trying to clear some of these angles. The tripwire not going to be used, but that nanoswarm is going to actually put a lot of pressure onto daps, but he wins that engagement, knows where the spike is, and survives with his life. Is he expecting to see a long push from Marved, though? effys might be watching him. He smoked him off, but he snuck by. I don't think they see him.
No, they have no idea. Marved is going to be able to throw a monkey wrench. He should see the hand of the Cypher. He's going to just take the time to line this up. Oh,
He doesn't
boy.
see the Cypher.
Oh, boy. He should now. There's one. There's two. Looking for number 3. No, eeiu able to respond, and things will stay 2v2.
Now, BABYBAY with the operator is going to be
planted.
having a little dance with eeiu at this point, but they avoid each other. KOLER's going to be pushing down C-Long. Rawkus is not checking it at all. Might be an easy kill if they just peek at the right time. Now it's just BABYBAY with the op. He's going to be looking down, but eeiu chooses the right opportunity. Oh, that could have been really awkward considering the space that Marv took on C-Long, but a nice adjustment from NRG to bring that one back. And Som actually finding a lot of success with the operator on this round.
Big regain moment of these last 2 rounds for NRG, and neededly so. And I think Marv was just sitting here saying, I know the Aldrone is playing somewhere over towards C Garage. Maybe I could even find a 3rd kill. But the fact that he gets 2 is actually going to be just fine enough, you would have thought. But eeiu with a good response, and then behind that, NRG just a little bit better in the 2v2, mostly off of timing. Again, KOLER with that kill from behind C-Long. So now ultimates that are available, 2 Blade Storms, 2 from the Shadows, and then both of our Sentinels also will have their ults to play with as well.
Get out of my way.
Another running back is available soon for KOLER. He's trying to pick up this orb, but he's under a lot of pressure. FaZe Clan know that he's there. Som, yet again, finding success. I said the round, the whole map so far for Som has been much better with the operator. KOLER's still going to try and face the Aldrone giving up the position. He has a place to get out of there, but he actually gets Marved, who uses the teleport. He's good for 2, actually. He's going to be facing up to even more, but Rawkus at least brings us into a 2 versus 3. They have their ultimates. daps is going to try and face ZachaREEE with the lockdown in a 1 versus 2.
Inching onto sight, player to his left doesn't quite fully trust the read. eeiu finds the kill, and how big has KOLER been in these last 3 rounds for NRG? He's now 7-6. He gets the double C Garage. He assists on the timing to make sure the 2v2 last round is decent, and then there he's completely trapped upriver without a paddle and still walks away with a couple of kills. A lot of credit to KOLER to keeping NRG in this game right now.
Not only in the game, but they're looking to go even on score and continue with that economy advantage. We saw the damage that FaZe was able to do on Bind. 4 ultimates available. Another run it back from KOLER. He's going to be playing from mid. Might use it instantly from this spot. But considering the FaZe Clan is saving, might be worth saving. But no, of course, it's KOLER. He's just going to be holding W with the ultimate to scout out information. He tries to take the fight against Corey. Time is not of the essence, but he's able to get one before BABYBAY trades him out with a stinger.
The fact that Corey even allows him to get a chance at the gunfight after the first shot went awry is a bit puzzling, I would say.
Really weird.
Yeah.
Just run.
Yeah, just exactly. Just get away. Just don't allow him a chance to find value. Now all of a sudden you've got the Odin spam from eeiu. One more bullet really would have done the trick, but KOLER is able to find his 2nd kill in the round. Som watching C Garage, and FaZe Clan's speed and aggression has been completely denied in these last 4 rounds. Obviously not one that you would expect him to get, but here's the really puzzling thing. Not only does KOLER find a kill off of his run it back, he gets 3 more behind it. He's already halfway to another.
Yeah, he's been sort of running these through. Probably more run it backs in this round, or in this half so far than we saw on Bind, really. The impact has been so much more clear as day. And Corey is usually the kind of player that when he doesn't show up, it tends to be bottom fragging. He's still top fragging for his team. BABYBAY now having the operator, it's going to be more difficult for him if he's constantly losing rounds. It's just so expensive for him. And Som with the op is actually going to peek through grass, doesn't see anything, and the Nanos one from Zach is actually going to scare him off. Nice area denial, and now the Hunter's Fury used on the attack. Trying to spot out effys. He's managing to dodge it a little bit. He doesn't take up much damage either. He's going to be stood on longs, making sure he keeps an eye on this, and BABYBAY with the operator just going to keep tabs, basically. See if you can find stuff. Same as Som, who misses the shot into Corey.
Here's going to come through. Blade Storm in the mix for Som, the immediate reaction. Double Cloud Burst will allow him to get back, and NRG, again, able to stall out FaZe Clan, who are now starting to make their rotation over to A. Spycam is in a position to see this, though, and with that information, which I believe sees at least 2, if not all 3 members, FaZe Clan are going to have to decide what they want to go for here, as Marved actually finds a pick lurking mid-map, and you still have Corey, who's trying to play through C Garage, and if he can find even 1, if not maybe 2 of these kills, it could be incredible, but he whips the opening shots, and Som punishes! So Rawkus going for the plant will lead to FaZe Clan having to hold things down on B for a 4v4.
This is not the ideal scenario for FaZe Clan. They wanted to go through C-Link and plant on C potentially, but now they're kind of backed into a corner. KOLER, though, gets Rawkus with a nice headshot through the smoke. The lockdown is still available, but the issue is that the Killjoy is in mid. BABYBAY snuck in behind. Again, nobody's checking, but this time he's not going to miss his shots like Corey did. daps is holding on to that angle. He gets taken through. Just effys in this 1 versus 2. There's not really enough time to go for this defuse. The alarm bot gives up his position. You would assume that this is going FaZe Clan's way, but no, it's still a 1v1 between the Omens. It's being watched carefully by Marved. He can win the fight. There's not enough time for the defuse, though. So he leaves with the operator, the round loss, with his life.
That's, I mean, yeah, NRG lose the round. But for effys to clutch up the 1v2 with 5 HP and take the operator and live, NRG are actually in a better spot economically now because of it. I mean, granted, they did win the 4 rounds previous, but this was a round that FaZe Clan were looking to get away with at least 3 members left alive. And even with the plant and the kills, they're in a light buy. That's actually a huge moment for NRG, even in a losing round, to still not just stay competitive, but potentially not just tie up this game, but lead and maybe exit this first half with the win, considering the fact that FaZe Clan had the first 4 is incredible. KOLER trying to play aggressive through A long. Som gonna get one as KOLER falls, and now Som has to absolutely leave the site to stay alive.
Yeah, KOLER wanted to play A long for the orb again because he's 1 away from having to run it back. He seems to be really prioritizing those, but he loses the engagement. Som, after getting in the frag, plays out for the retake. They don't really have the ultimates to help him out here. The Killjoy is dead on the side of FaZe Clan too, so the lockdown isn't going to be available to help them out here. effys is trying to rotate around at least, but it's been carefully watched by Rawkus. And this is a bit of a slow retake, and it's been led with the operator. That's aggressive stuff from BABYBAY, but daps can't really prioritize onto it. effys, though, gets that frag in from behind. He's going to be working down A long. daps is just trying to find something in the smokes.
The second shock dart misses, and now all of a sudden FaZe have an opportunity to potentially overwhelmed by numbers 2v2. Corey takes one from the side. effys, are you good for more? Yes, he is. He clutches up, but this time there is time for the defuse. effys for 3, and NRG are able to make sure the Thrifty doesn't come through. And with that, FaZe Clan will have to try to find a way in this next round to again go up against this operator of NRG that's salvaged once more.
They still have money. It was a half buy on that last round for some of the more awkward approaches because of effys almost clutching out in the round prior to. I gotta say, I'm super happy for this guy. I really liked watching him on Gen G. He was pretty much dropped in space for Sean, but he's found a nice new home with NRG. He's on trial, but I do think that even if NRG go out of this tournament fairly early on, I still think that he's a great addition to them, and it goes to show that he has a lot of potential. NRG having the big buy, that run it back is going to be used yet again from KOLER, but it's just going to find absolute tumbleweeds. FaZe Clan were probably expecting this kind of play. BABYBAY is going to send it back with the operator. At the same time, FaZe Clan taking a lot of space on A, and the lockdown comes through.
But there's no spike here. This isn't even a true fake. This is just spending it to spend it, really. KOLER's going to still push through mid-map. He can watch this rotation. He's hearing footsteps. He's going to catch one out. That's the spike that's down. Give him a second. KOLER absolutely running through FaZe Clan right now. Curveball comes through. He wants the third, but Rawkus will shut it down. Not the cleanest shots we've seen from KOLER, but I'm just a bit more puzzled by why the lockdown comes through in the first place.
It was the attempt of debate. I think more teams just a bit worried about using it. Some, though, gets a big pick onto Marved. eeiu's actually going to push. ZachaREEE looking in the wrong direction, knows that the Sova's nearby because of the Aldra, and he has nice cleanup. NRG struggling 0-4 down, and now they're up 6-5. It's almost like the reversal of what happened on Bind.
The thing about this lockdown, though, right here you can see the spike is not even picked up. So you're going to rotate a couple NRG members over to A, but as soon as KOLER hears these footsteps mid-map, it's not even like you can execute to C. It's just a lockdown for lockdown's sake. I don't know. I would need a more in-depth look at that one and 25% speed or something to kind of figure out what exactly the play call there was for FaZe, but they use it, it finds nothing, and now they go to the last round of the half with a broken buy.
Bladestorm is going to be used. Some checking up in the sky expecting a double boost play, but actually BABYBAY is just outside garage. Isn't being watched by anyone, and there's no utility. The Lado is good, and KOLER is going to be able to sort of protect it as much as possible. Gets to yet again. daps can at least make sure that that trade isn't punished too much. The Hunter's Fury on both sides. Who's going to play chicken? eeiu actually wins it out against Rawkus, but is going to be caught out by ZachaREEE. Just as the worst gun, but still wins that engagement. He is in a 1 versus 3. NRG know where he is. They could be going up 7-5.
Wow, what a bounce back for NRG, and almost a bit of the turntables here when it comes down to it. I mean, Bind was the first 4 for NRG. This was the first 4 for FaZe, and they're both going to exit away with the team that didn't have the favor coming out on top. NRG takes 7 on defense. An incredible comeback here as FaZe were looking like they were not even going to give time of day to NRG here early, but they put together 7 of the last 8, and now they go to their offense with a lead.
KOLER almost doubling his kill count. Well, 1.5 times his kill count. He was 10 and whatever it was on Bind. And even Som's pretty much equaled his from Bind 2. At this point, he was on 9. But the impact of those strikes is the key thing here. It's just whether NRG on the attack can keep up that kind of player level. FaZe's defenses look mostly strong. It is a case of whether they can keep that operator in BABYBAY's hands now that he doesn't have to attack off. He's going to be sort of playing centrally, and a lot of pressure from the extremities from FaZe.
Slow start here for NRG on the pistol. FaZe Clan happy to do the same. And defensively, there is a nanostorm at B in the default plant spot, but it's just a sentry turret that'll be used over towards A. So gonna need a little bit of help here as Zach, as FaZe Clan will actually just gamble stack A, but NRG are looking primed to eventually execute over towards the C side, which means that Marved has to pop off.
Have bits of utility to make it happen. It's whether a case of if they can clear Marved or if Marved can hear anything. Rotation is so deep on that A site, it's going to take a while to help him out if they come through, but the Aldrun is exactly that canary in the coal mine. Corey is now going to peek towards Garage. The Paranoia is going to be good. It hits 3 players, but the spray even better from NRG on this attack.
Corey's able to find one. That'll stop the plant for a time. 40 seconds left. FaZe Clan on the rotation defensively. BABYBAY, are you going to try to push through C long, or you just join your teammates through Garage? Looks like he's going to join them in Garage. So a 4v4. Turret will come down to try to keep things safe as they try to isolate this player on the backside. Som gets one, tailwinds away, daps another. Right clicks have to come through, not going to come out at all though, as NRG cleanly hold off the retake and they take the pistol.
It was just going to take so long for FaZe Clan to rotate around. Marved's Paranoia was pretty much on point, but when you're up against 3 pistols firing in your general direction and one of those shots is going to hit and it's going to hurt. FaZe Clan not looking to buy up. Very interesting. It's usually a team that is not afraid to try and go against it, but considering how one-sided that round felt, the majority of NRG surviving, they're not going to try any chances. They don't want NRG to keep building up this lead.
Oh, man. A tale of 2 maps right now, as written by NRG and FaZe Clan, almost doing the exact same thing to one another. FaZe Clan getting aggressive through C long. KOLER is watching this. And FaZe Clan will give up their position by tracking backwards. And NRG, who has been, again, very methodical on their offense, are looking primed to once again maybe try to make a play over through Garage, where Marved is going to be waiting for them with some help. You've got BABYBAY in the same exact position. They're stacked on top of one another, but this is actually going to be NRG making their move over to B this time instead. And a couple of shots will come through, and here's the execute. Cypher the first one through as daps is able to clear some space, and this is going to lead to a free plant.
effys is going to try this engagement against Marved. He has the better gun. He should win out that battle, but they can't take garage control. The flank is going to be pretty decent. No, BABYBAY has made his way around, but effys, I think, hears the sound. Going to be watching that angle. Easy frag for him. 5 versus 4 now. FaZe Clan trying to just find an avenue, but NRG seem to have all of these doorways on hold. So I'm just trying to find out exactly where ZachaREEE is. He's just got the pistol. They know exactly where he's going to be. Flawless round for them. FaZe Clan going to be glad that they didn't spend too much money there. But this buy has to be a big one.
And where has the confidence been since those first 4 rounds? I mean, even when FaZe were on the offense, they got 3 plants down in those back 8 rounds. This had not been finding as much success around the map, and you got to put a lot of credit to KOLER, who's been incredible, mind you, but the fact of the matter is this FaZe Clan team is just not playing with the same kind of confidence just overall. I mean, we're finding so much value in the first 4 just by way of a lot of individual and duo challenges. That's not been the case whatsoever. They've really hit the brakes.
Double stack on A long. It is going to be contested by NRG to an extent. daps in the cubby is going to peek off of this flash as the Eldron tries to get a bit of intel. I'm not quite sure how many people on NRG are over on A, but the spike is pretty much postured to be in that position. Corey's going to try and flash himself out. Can't win the fight. Ends up in a firing squad. NRG find an opening and FaZe Clan forced to back out a little.
KOLER will be sustaining off the hot hands, or just trying to flush out the hot hands, I guess I should say. No need for the sustain. But as the Cypher will find a Phantom upgrade, FaZe Clan are still heavily stacked over towards A, and the spike being left, this is going to be a late hit for NRG. It just comes down to will they pick it up and still hit A, or will they try to wrap this back?
Marved has a nice aggressive stance when it comes to garage control, and the spike is headed in that direction. If he can get one and survive, that would be big. If he could just not die, it could be big. Actually, no, this is looking to be a B hit from NRG. There's a lot of Killjoy utility set up, and in a 5 versus 4, I still fancy FaZe Clan in for this retake, considering that they're ready to go. They're going to get some damage in done early. That's a nice kill onto KOLER. ZachaREEE manages to survive even with hit.
Time being a problem, have to stick for this plant. FaZe trying to get their way in to contest this, but Som's able to find one more kill on the way through, so now it's just a 2v4, and the post-plant setup for FaZe is going to have to bust through not just B, but also over through B window. As a late owl drone's going to come through for NRG, they're going to scout out exactly where players are, or more importantly, where they aren't. So now you can stay very passive. Rawkus needs to find value off this recon bolt. He'll toss it right at the ground. That won't find anything. And as the counter recon bolt comes through, that will again kill extra time off the clock. FaZe Clan really can't even go for this, and they're going to back away and forfeit the round.
They just couldn't wrap around onto mid. NRG seemed to make sure that they weren't going to give this up. And I fancied FaZe Clan because in a 5 versus 4, even as a person down, it's so difficult to hold off a retake as an attacker if you're hitting the B site. Because there's so many different angles and directions that the defending team can come from. But NRG made sure that they kept control of that space, and FaZe Clan could only do the damage very early on into that engagement.
Oh boy. Okay, FaZe Clan, it feels like maybe now or never. I mean, and you hate to say that considering the weapons they have to bring to the table here, but they let another round go, forfeiting over the rifles. You have to find value with these here. BABYBAY is going to go right on forward with the Vandal. This is a solo play that has to be successful. It's one of 2 ARs that are in the mix here. Curveball comes through. BABYBAY's position will be revealed. The tailwind, while he was still blind, goes absolutely nowhere, and the gamble comes away completely with nothing. NRG with a 5v4. Corey fortunate to find one more kill in response up the middle. That will lead to another weapon picked up, but NRG just have to find a way to stay together and deal with this.
The 2 defenders are very close to the spike. effys is letting his team know that they're in a very unfortunate spot. The smoke is going to help him out more than anything, and NRG are now going to centralize to take back this space that's been contested. FaZe able to do even more, actually. They get some stuff done on A short. effys now, the spike in hand is going to come through. FaZe Clan are going to try and meet them on the A site at least, but they, yet again, are going to be maybe hitting this B site. Man down. The FaZe Clan going to expect it. Marved is there, but he just has a sheriff.
This is a smart call for NRG. They're going to hear the nanoswarm be used. That should be a gut check call saying, okay, we've got to go to C because FaZe Clan are working their way into B right now. That's exactly what's occurring. effys trying to plant this for a spot that they could be watched through long if they so choose. And FaZe Clan can't contest, so they're going to have to play for a 3v2 retake. And it looks like they're going to try to overwhelm by just sheer force of numbers as they need to find trades with these pistols. That's a brilliant first kill for Rawkus. effys, though, able to get a paranoia out, but it doesn't actually connect onto Rawkus, who takes the second challenge. And FaZe Clan, they needed to win this round. It was a tough one for them to be designed to win, and they still pull it through. And with that, Rawkus will be 1 away from the Hunter's Fury.
Corey just getting that kill in the center of mid. Made NRG's life a living hell with this Spike in such a difficult spot to try and uproot. It gave FaZe Clan an opening. They pushed down a shot. They're able to get 2 kills, bringing it into a 4 versus 2. That could be a costly one for NRG, but considering they've won the last 3 rounds in a row, their money is going to be good for another buy. In regards to ultimates, they have that Bladestorm available, one away from having another run it back. Corey has an Empress. Rawkus very close to Hunter's Fury too. A lot of ultimates could come online, and they could be the difference. FaZe Clan really need to win this round.
Oh boy, Empress, does it get popped here? And if so, when? I think is the bigger question. Is Corey is going to lurk right into 4 members that are here at C Garage. The timing of this peek has to be perfect. Does he actually hear any footsteps at all? Paranoia is going to come through. Marv needs to stay alive, but he's completely affected. The Empress is going to come out, but there's no chance for the pinch, and a big missed opportunity just off the timing alone for FaZe as the spike will be planted. And now you've got NRG in a 5v4 where Corey needs to start to make a play quicker, sooner rather than later, rather, as this Empress is going to be close to expiring before the retake is even here.
Corey hasn't really moved ever since he unlocked that Empress. It's almost about to finish. He needs to get a frag, otherwise it's just going to be completely rescinded. BABYBAY on the site has a rough idea on where Som is. He can get that kill at least. A lot of space is starting to be taken up by FaZe Clan. I'd expect him to lurk though from daps. Look at him, he's in C-Link. Going to sneak around KOLER, being a massive distraction even with that run it back. And they're going to be expecting the Cypher to go for this defuse. It doesn't really matter though, because KOLER's the one that sort of clears it up the best that he can. Really nice execution from NRG, mostly from yet again the effys paranoia that comes through onto the site. Marv has been hit by that twice now. Probably could do with putting some Cypher utility over there, to be honest.
Unbelievable. And again, the one player that wasn't really accounted for was daps. He was taking a super long flank. So even if KOLER doesn't win those gunfights, there is still a win condition built into NRG's setup based on that long lurk that came through the middle of the map. So 11-6 here. NRG with an advantage coming into this next round would be given better odds to find themselves on the 12 here rather than FaZe Clan being on 7 after the round comes through. But you also got to keep in mind that if NRG do stick to try to show force over through A, there are a number of FaZe Clan members that are here. If they can even walk away with 1 kill, that would be great. And BABYBAY up top will stay revealed. Oh my goodness. I thought for a second KOLER was going to snap to him. But actually, how about this? NRG were considering executing. And I think they're going to realize that there are just too many members here for us to really play with. So we'll just go ahead and back away and reset.
BABYBAY getting off very lucky there. The Eldron did spot up his position, but he just can't win that duel. Are they expecting Corey to wrap it behind? No, but he can't get those shots in anyway. Som punishes Corey, who has the worst gun in that scenario. And now a 5v4 NRG have reset, considering hitting this A site yet again. And there's a bit of a lurking happening with daps, and it's very difficult for FaZe Clan just to keep tabs on these kind of players.
I don't know how you respond to this one if you're FaZe Clan. Hunter's Fury is going to have to find kills. Rawkus will connect onto 1. But can't confirm the kill. KOLER able to put himself, I think, on his 23rd overall kill. Spike is going to be planted. daps able to help out from backside. Gong. And Som will clean up Zach. It's just down to Rawkus. In a 1v5, you really can't go for this, but saving is just going to feel like a great opportunity for you either. So we are literally getting deja vu. Just shoes on the other foot here. Again, it was a very early play for NRG on Bond. They won the first 4. They lost the map as FaZe Clan took over 13-6. We're almost going to do the exact same thing here, Ryan.
Yeah, and it's a different scenario, I suppose, for FaZe Clan. I mentioned that they should put Cypher utility on C. Obviously, they're running a Killjoy, but the Sentinel utility, right? Like, having the alarm bot in Garage, having the turret on C. It's like FaZe Clan are being hit in the same positions over and over, but they're not really changing up their play. It's just that Marved has to deal with a threat. He's going to be playing from the back of C-Link, but he's moving onto the site again. If he gets hit by some core utility, immediately FaZe Clan are in a 5 versus 4. He's just jump peeking to find out information, killing the Aldron, but at least now Rawkus is there to play off of him in the little cubby on C. The issue is there's a Hunter's Fury available from that position, and it always goes through the spot that Rawkus is playing from.
Not a lot of opportunity here for FaZe on the weaponry they're bringing into the mix. Need to find a way to steal away some kills, and maybe Rawkus will be that player. A judge in C Garage. If NRG decide to commit forward into this without clearly cleaning up their corners, maybe there's a chance to get some numbers back for you if you're FaZe.
I like the fact that NRG just get that kill from FaZe pushing, and then they're just going to reset. They had a nice sort of play coming through on C. You could see how it was all lining up, but it has given FaZe Clan a bit of a breather. This judge has to be pivotal from Rawkus. It's a pretty much do or die scenario for him. He is about to run into some of the players. He's good for one, he's good for two. They're all lining up perfectly. Rawkus with the judge, the hero that FaZe Clan needed. He wants to upgrade the gun, but daps is going to be lurking to try and get that kill. Is this going to be the fourth? Nope. daps is going to make sure that that stops in. The paranoia is going to hit these two survivors. BABYBAY is going to clear up. FaZe Clan still in it.
That is everything that FaZe Clan needed. Flat out. That's the only play that was available. That was the only way that that round comes back for FaZe Clan. And maybe NRG, again, they don't use the curveball to come through. They just walk on in. This is a beautiful position. And again, just a little bit too easy, you think, for Rawkus. And that's going to be a lesson learned in a steep way for NRG, as FaZe Clan will now be able to full purchase up, trying to extend this map as long as possible.
NRG is still building up stuff to work with, though. And Killjoy Ultimate Lockdown is good for FaZe Clan. They might want to be playing relatively late. Marved, again, is going to be jump peeking, gets fired at. The shock dart is going to put him under a bit of pressure. He's still trying to play off the site. He's got Corey to help him, but the run it back is going to be used. Corey's trying to hold off.
Paranoia will stall things for a moment. As Marv falls, Corey deals with the first instance of KOLER, but NRG are happy with the first blood. They'll back away. Keep your eye on daps mid-map. He's already pushed very far forward. He actually could be a huge thorn in the side, but Zach is actually going to call up. Maybe he saw a foot, but it doesn't matter. Daps still able to find the kill. The trade is still going to be there, but a 4v3 is going to be just fine for NRG.
Yeah, execute coming through. The Hunter's Fury is available. Lockdown is looking to go down straight away. Is the Hunter's Fury going to be used to counter it? It is, but it might actually go through and tag some of the players around this position too. Almost does. The spike is going to get planted. 4 versus 3 on the side of NRG.
Rotating out is eeiu, just watching the flank for right now. So it would be a 3-on-3 in the spike site itself, at least for a time. eeiu going to recognize the threat is a little bit more imminent than he was considering, so he'll come back to help. Corey with the leer coming through. Paranoia for effys, though. Really well placed. Maybe they only able to find one kill. Still trying to work their way through. Som with the Bladestorm. Able to find one more. Corey, though, able to dismiss away. Forces a tailwind back, but time becoming a problem. Need to start making a way forward, and no more utility for him to play with. Som will be there for his third kill, and NRG will take map 2, 13-7. We'll settle this on a set for our third match.